Da, 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 do, 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 do. Da, 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 do, 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 do.
It's next year's preseason ball.
Three guys and no bear are ready for the preseason and our football draft. Isn't that far? Do, 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 do. Away. Burp,
Yeah, when is that actually?
burp,
Technically, we've already had one preseason game,
burp,
but
Well,
I
that's
think
true.
the rest of them start Thursday and Friday.
burp.
No, I was asking when our fantasy football draft.
Oh,
Burp.
when is that, Invictus?
I believe it is September 9th, Coach. I
All right.
will
Okay.
triple check to make sure because NG Wolf Gamer gave me the date and I've forgotten it. But
That's fair.
When's the NFL season
it's
start?
September 4th.
Oh.
September
I mean-
4th at 7:30.
Look, I'm going to tell you the truth. You can tell me a number right now, and I probably will forget it.
I am 1,000% expecting and know that, Rob.
Well,
Okay.
I see here that the season starts September 8th
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
Would you look at
Bills
that?
Rams. That's a game.
Yeah, no, that'll be
That'll be
okay.
That'd be especially since it's an interconference matchup.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what the Super Bowl could have been, actually.
Yeah.
If
Because
overtime
the AFC battles
rules.
the NFC.
I want to. Well, yeah, that's a good point. I want to mention. Hey, this is technically the first episode of the 2023 season
That's true.
of NFL football.
This is the first
Sure is.
episode.
Yeah.
Is that all
Would you
you're
look at that?
mentioning?
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome.
I wanted some sort of. We already did a song, so I mean,
That's
we
true,
did all
yeah.
the grandeur, we
Yeah.
don't have much more fanfare available here. I mean, I have some musical instruments.
Wait, what musical instruments do you have?
You don't want to ask him that. It's Rob.
It's
He
a-
can turn anything into a musical instrument. We don't
There's
want
a
to know.
certain kind of flute that I know how to play.
Oh God.
No,
Here we go.
I got like an old guitar that's probably extremely out of tune. Might be broken, frankly.
Good.
And actually, I think I have my recorder from elementary school.
Oh,
That's
you're essentially that's like the musical lineup of the New York Jets. An out
That
of
is-
tune broken guitar and a recorder from grade school.
it's very fitting for really many aspects of my life. to
And
be
he
honest.
uses bits of string as currency. That's our Rob.
Yeah.
Well, it is a new season. Feels good to be back.
Woo! Season 5, Coach. I think.
Yeah.
Or season 4. How long have
I
we
think
been
it's
doing
5.
this?
I don't know. Is it 5?
I think it is
Sure it's-
5.
Pretty sure it's
Wow.
5.
Because
You know-
thinking back, Mike McCarthy was the coach of the Packers, and that was the first. And I remember being like, "I hate Mike McCarthy," and then he was gone the next year, which was LaFleur, and then he made the championship. Then LaFleur made the championship. Then we had the playoff loss last year. So yeah, we're on season 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the Jets have been shitty the whole time.
they sure
I've
have.
gone from hating my team as well to we are like the champs, and hopefully
Yeah.
we'll be back there. And now I can officially say 2 seasons into since our last championship win, don't ever start Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
In fact,
well,
This is a fun fact. This might be a first. The head coach of the New York Jets when we first started was Todd Bowles, and now Sinvicta's head coach is Todd Bowles.
that's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Drastically
I-
different scenarios. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
real here. Your head coach is Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's even that. I think it's just that Todd Bowles runs the defense and Tom Brady runs the offense, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And I
So-
think that's not that different from when Arians was running it. To be honest, I don't think Arians had that much control
Yeah.
over the offense compared to.
Just
Tom
don't
Brady.
start calling him Tom Bowles, please.
Tom Bowles.
Yeah.
Tom Bowles.
That's when Tom Brady finally retires in 20 years and opens up a dispensary.
Good old
Called
Tom Bowles.
I see what you did there, Rob. It was
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But yeah, going into season 5, Coach. Real
Mhm.
excited. I'm happy to be back. And thank you to everyone on YouTube and on SoundCloud. And I don't know what other platforms Krendor puts this podcast on,
iTunes.
but
iTunes, right?
Yep. Shout out to iTunes. Hello.
Yep.
All 3 of you there. Hello. YouTube. Hello.
I think that's about it.
All right, there we go. So
Yeah.
shout out. Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
You know, we could start uploading it to TikTok in like 5-second increments.
Yeah, we'll just upload
For every podcast.
and that's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And-
exactly.
And get promptly sued by everyone associated with that.
But
Mhm.
Go Butts.
I honestly don't know where I was going with that. We have
all right.
we might be doing a Patreon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we probably should have announced it when we actually did it.
Well, see, the thing is that like we were supposed to talk about it like 3 months ago.
It's good. Yeah,
We were like,
you
we
did
have the
message me and you
off-season.
said we're gonna do it. You were gonna-
Listen, the off season goes fast. All right, I didn't know I'd be here already.
It does. I straight up. I didn't even know the preseason game happened already. To be honest, like I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do my research coming here, and I didn't watch the first preseason
Well,
game. I'm sorry.
I didn't either. To be fair, it was the Jaguars Raiders, and
Yeah. And it's the preseason.
and it's the preseason. So really, I only care about the preseason for watching like notable rookies highlight
Yeah.
and my team. So it's that's really about it.
Honestly, like I usually don't even watch my team that much. Like I'll watch like if there's a new rookie, I'll watch like the first series, like when
Yeah.
they're playing. But then when they put in the second stringers, I'm tuned out.
Oh yeah,
I'm somewhere else.
I mean, it's the freaking preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like yes, like I don't think anyone's missed football more than I have, but like I still do not care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's man, like the only reason I wanted to watch the preseason last year was Jordan Love, and then he got hurt. And then I was
Yeah.
like, well, no, I really don't care. But now I can watch him this year in the preseason. Woo!
Yeah, I get to watch Zach Wilson again, and also like our a million new rookies. What the fuck?
Oh, I hit my mic thing.
Good God,
Oh.
don't ever do that again.
It was like a gong.
Oh my God.
It didn't sound that loud on my thing, but that was also me.
I thought I achieved some sort of divine
Yeah,
inspiration
that
or
was-
something.
That was like Krendor. It was like the coach gong.
Yeah.
that you ring when it's time for the dinner.
But yeah, preseason it's more of the it's like it's back, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, football's back now. Like we're getting there.
Yeah, I am pretty pumped for that, to be honest. And no, like legitimately, I'm psyched for the rookies. Like
Yeah. They get their
we have like a
opportunity.
million of them.
There are a million of them.
Yeah.
It's fun because it's like Hard Knocks, which Hard Knocks first episode's tonight.
Oh.
And I'm actually-
who's Hard Knocks on again?
The Detroit
Detroit
Lions.
Lions.
Okay, you know what? That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, last year Cowboys, I watched one episode and I was like, this is just like a cowboy promo video.
Oh
And
man,
I
I
just-
saw every damn episode.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up speed watching them, but I didn't enjoy it. There was the mojo moment. It had its mojo moments, but you know. But I'm pumped for this one. This is
What
like
was hilarious last year was the fight between Aaron Donald and whoever that was.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so hilarious that football transcends like the years of education, because that's like a fight in the NFL at the NFL practice level is treated the exact same way as it was all the way back in elementary school.
yeah.
Like the coaches just blow the whistle. They cross their arms and like, all right, come on, like let's get back to playing
All right,
football.
all
Well, like
right,
all the
what are we
players are getting
doing?
into it because like the coaches aren't going to get involved.
Yeah.
They're not going to go in there and like be like, all right, break it up. Like no, it's,
Yeah,
Get
you're gonna
bodied.
get killed.
Yeah.
that was the standout moment to me, just because you knew that the fight was going to happen, and that and of course like Dak's injury, which was like
Oh yeah.
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 But, last year's Hard Knocks, it was not great. The midseason Hard Knocks with the Colts was definitely more watchable. and man, Carson Wentz is bad.
It's just like the past couple of years of Hard Knocks have been kind of.
Yeah.
I feel there's too much NFL in it.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
how I felt. And especially, 2 years ago, they had the like weird LA one where they mixed both teams together. I didn't even watch that one. I was like, this sucks.
No one did.
Yeah.
It seems like the NFL marketing department got their hands all up inside that business.
And then
The most
especially
entertaining
the
one was
Cowboys. The Cowboys. Jerry Jones was probably on the like production team.
Dude, I'm probably a Jets fan at least in part because of the Jets Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the
That was
thing way
classic.
back.
That was that was a good one.
Yeah, that was just absolutely classic. I think the Raiders one with Gruden and AB and that whole thing going on. That was out of all
probably
the
last good one.
Yeah, that was the last good Hard Knocks. Is what I was gonna say.
I think this one has the potential. Like, this is the Lions, right? This is the up and coming team. They have the coach, the Lion coach, Dan Campbell. Like, I'm just ready for some Dan Campbell quotes and some inside Dan Campbell looks here.
Yeah, no, I'd be interested.
Plus, they have Jamal Williams, who used to be on the Packers, and he's a character. Like, he's just a funny dude. So I think he's gonna be a star.
Here's a guy who's a character right here.
Oh, by the way, with all the announcement or announcer changes, I think what is it? Monday Night Football is
Rico it's Rico, isn't it?
No, Monday is Aikman, right?
Yeah, it's Aikman and Joe Buck.
Oh, it's Aikman and Joe Buck. That's right.
Yeah. Which
Joe Buck.
Over to ESPN.
It's kind of weird because they already have the Manning cast. So I'm like,
yeah, that's true.
I would have rather just been like, hey, we're just doing the Manning cast.
I think Peyton, like, I actually straight up think it's just like Peyton doesn't want to be a commentator.
Yeah.
Like an actual, like a sit down in the booth guy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest. Like, it seems like it's, nice all things considered, but you travel a lot.
Yeah, that is true.
I thought you were gonna go with I don't blatant him like blatant Peyton, but I realized that you weren't going for the pun.
I was not going for a pun direction. No.
The new NBC Sunday Night Football is Al Michaels is gone, and now Mike Tirico goes to there.
Oh, okay. I like Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Tirico's pretty good. So it'll be Tirico and Collinsworth.
Yeah. So that'll be great. I'm not sure if they'll have great chemistry, but
Wait, who's the Fox people now?
I don't know.
Announcers, because they had Joe Buck. Well, let's see who's now. Let's see. Fox is. Thursday Night Football is Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit.
Oh, what? The college football.
Yeah.
Guy.
So I guess Amazon was just like, yo, get Al Michaels and get the college guy.
So wait, so Al Michaels left NBC to go to Amazon?
Yep, for Thursday night.
And didn't bring Collinsworth with him. That's hilarious.
And then Fox is Kevin Burkhardt.
Kevin Burkhardt.
Which I feel like I've heard him.
Yeah.
But then they also said, we're pleased to announce that immediately there was supposed to be Tom Brady and Kevin Burkhardt. And then Tom Brady went back to football, so.
And now.
I don't know who it is now, but whatever.
I think I recognize this guy. He's like the most milk toasty looking toast man of milk. It's a very creamy milk toast.
I really think there's probably 472 different other ways to describe a man before I would even consider creamy milk.
I posted, by the way,
creamy milk,
his Wikipedia in our chat, the Throne chat, which we have now.
Oh,
wait, we have a
Throne chat.
Well, yeah, you guys know the open chat button now on voice channels. Sorry, this is like Discord information.
I did not know this. Oh wow, yeah, look at that.
Oh wow, it's another window for me to close.
Oh, it's Greg Olson and Kevin Burkhardt, former NFL player Greg Olson.
Greg
Okay.
Olson, hooray!
Um,
I don't
This is
remember. Is he
Super great.
Did he?
He played with the
I don't think I've
Panthers
heard
and the
him
Bears.
play. Or I've never heard him cast though. I remember him
yeah.
playing.
No, you've heard him cast, Rob.
I think he's casted some Fox
he's
games.
casted. He's casted for a very long time since he retired, and man, does that man hate the Buccaneers.
Yeah, you can tell some players still hold their grudges against, certain teams.
Oh yeah. I mean, some former Jets players are hired by the Jets to hold those former grudges. To be honest. So.
By the way, rip Tony Siragusa, legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
the goose.
The goose.
The goose is no longer loose. His goose
Yep.
has been cooked.
I always remember him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well,
He's very eccentric.
he's the one of two Italian Americans in American football. So
Oh yeah.
know,
He used to wear his big fur coat.
yeah.
Just a big man.
Now
He's
we
a
just
lovable
got
guy.
we
Yeah.
just got Mariota riding the bench. That's
Yeah.
all we got for us Italians.
Hey, try being a half Asian guy. There's none of us out there.
And it's Young Wei Koo. I mean, he's Korean, I think. But
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, Rob. I said half Asian.
Let's see. So yeah, that's I don't know how we got on this topic, but we also have some NFL news.
NFL football.
Football. They said first Deshaun Watson is a shitty person. That's not the breaking news.
That's not news. Yeah, that's
I believe he's going to be suspended 6 to 8 games or whatever. So is it 6 games? They're probably going to appeal it or whatever it is, and it's probably going to go down even more.
Are you saying that all of those women are just making it up, Coach?
If
Yeah, the
some of those
NFL
women were marijuana, he would be banned for the season.
right. Yeah, exactly.
So
It's just, I mean, the NFL, man. The NFL.
the NFL,
What a system.
you gotta love it. You gotta love the NFL.
It's just like
It's so dumb.
the Mark McGuire Simpsons episode. I'm pretty sure it was Mark McGuire who was like, "Do you want me to reveal the horrible truth, or do you want to watch me hit some dingers?" And everyone's like, "Dingers!"
Right, yeah.
And he
Dingers,
pulls a
dingers.
baseball out of nowhere and just hits a home run in like the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Woo!"
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna hit a point where people forget. Like, I guarantee you, especially if it's like week 12 and the Browns are doing well, and then people are like, "Hey, man, he's doing pretty good. He throws
I'm gonna
football."
be out, dude. Like, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I don't think he's actually even gonna do that well. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
speaking just from the football side of it, he hasn't played in like 2 years. Last time he played, he was on a 2-12 team,
Yeah.
and and then he's gonna be suspended for half the year. I don't think he's even gonna play that well. And to be honest, and look, Browns fans, you know I have been kind to you for many years.
Yep.
I apologize. Perhaps even some of you, we have been influential in making you Browns fans.
That's true.
I want to say I'm sorry, but I do really hope that your team does very poorly.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's just like really, really bad.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Browns fans being like that way too. It's like, as long as he's on the team, I just hope that we just rip the Band-Aid off, just go back to being shitty, and return to the cycle of hell.
Yeah. It sucks, but especially because this is like the biggest roller coaster story arc of all time, specifically for this show at least. Or all time, because we went from being like, "Yo, the Browns, they're like the worst team in the league," to being like, "Go Browns," and then we're like, "Dude, the Browns, there we go," and it was like, "All right, Browns, I don't know." Now it's just like, man, screw the Browns.
They're villains.
Our childlike exuberance for becoming Browns fans was quickly snuffed out by oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now
please.
the Detroit
Haslams.
Lions are my new best friend,
No.
Yeah, honestly.
No.
and they're in my division. I shouldn't even want them to do good.
Yeah, that's like super.
Here's the thing: the Lions, I think, are better than the Bears. And
Yeah.
and speaking of which, Roquan
we'll
Smith
see.
has requested a trade from the Bears today.
Ooh.
Their best linebacker.
That's
Don't,
not good.
don't let Krendor try to slither his way out of that one. Out of
What,
saying
the
that he
Bears?
thinks that the Bears are worse than the
They
Lions.
are.
I mean, they might be, honestly.
I don't think
I
you
think
understand how bad they are.
I know how bad they are, but I think Justin Fields is going to probably have a better breakout season this year than his rookie season.
He has nothing.
He had glimpses of greatness.
So he has
last
no
season.
offensive line. Number one, he has zero offensive line.
Yeah.
His offensive line is Tevin Jenkins, who they're trying to trade, who is their second round pick that doesn't want to play for him. Or he's just whatever. Michael Schofield, Lucas Patrick, who's a former backup Packer offensive lineman who's injured, Cody Whitehair, Riley Reef, and Larry Borum.
Yeah. He
Yep.
sounds quite boring.
Here's the wide receiver crew. Okay.
Yeah.
Darnell Mooney. Okay, he's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Even though he's probably not a well-known name. N'Keal Harry, former Patriot great, who's also hurt. Tajay Sharp.
Yeah.
And-
I picked him up in Madden like every season.
He's got a cool name.
He's got a great name.
And Nasimba Webster.
That's also a great name.
That is Byron Pringle.
Okay,
Remember
yeah,
Byron
right.
Pringle, everybody?
Also a great name, yeah.
Yep, he's also questionable.
Man's got to deal with Pringles, actually.
Yep, Velas Jones Jr. Anybody?
See, they would have David Moore, but he got carted off the field today.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
They don't- yeah,
oh, wait, they
that-
have Equanimeous St. Brown. He went from the Packers to the Bears. There you go.
Oh. Well,
That's our fifth string wide receiver and our shitty wide receiver.
Okay.
Group.
So name the Lions players then.
Well, they got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's like insane.
that's true. He's quite.
He literally got me like 40 points a game in fantasy.
He's like the next Tom Brady.
No, I'm not even joking.
and
Amon-Ra
they-
St. Brown is really good.
He is good, and actually, look. I mean, I do believe in Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields,
Yeah.
but I mean, in all likelihood, Jared Goff is probably still going to have a better year, unless Justin Fields just has like a major breakout season. But I don't see it happening with
Like-
how fucked up the rest of their team is.
Like already, the Lions have DeAndre Swift, who's a former second round pick, but he was like the first running back taken. They have Jamal Williams, who's like a solid 2 guy who's on the Packers, so I know all about him. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have DJ Chark. They got DJ Chark, dude. I didn't even realize they got the Chark.
That's wild.
They do
and
have
then
the Chark.
They have TJ Hawkinson, who's a really good tight end.
Right? Yeah.
Like, that alone is already better than the entire Bears receiving core.
Very
They
good.
do have
any of
Jamal Williams as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Jamal Williams.
Oh, okay.
Look,
I'm not trying to make a bet out of it. I'm just saying, just be aware that
I'm not saying the Lions are going to the playoff. I'm saying they're better than the Bears. When I say better than the Bears, I mean like the Bears are going to get 3 to 4 wins. I think the Lions will get like 5 or 6.
you're saying that they would get more wins than the Bears.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's a bold prediction.
It is a bold prediction.
I don't even think it's that bold.
I agree with you, frankly, but
Yeah, I mean, and then the NFC North, it'll just be Viking Packers, and I think the Packers still win. But
it's going to be Packers and then the rest.
Vikings will be another
it's also-
like 8 or 9 win season with a wild card push.
it's important to note, I think, too, that the Lions, even last year, were kind of like, I mean, I don't know if it's historical here. Like, I don't know if it's a record, but they
Right.
were very unlucky.
They
The-
were
the
very
amount
unlucky.
The amount of times that, like, I don't know how many times in the season, like, they lost on the final possession.
Like
They
3
had
times.
they lost to the Justin Tucker like 66-yard field goal.
They lost it, by the way, which was the second record-breaking field goal that day,
Yeah.
and they lost to that.
Yeah, it's I think they'll be all right I think they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what it looks like is they're building a team, maybe to replace Jared Goff eventually.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely replace him eventually.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see how they go.
Hey, you know what? This Lion, they beat the Cardinals. Remember that?
Yeah,
They beat
yeah,
the Cardinals. They actually like blew out the Cardinals.
it's true.
That was the game. Wasn't that the game that Kyler came back? From the injury.
I think it was, and he did very
Everyone's
poorly.
like, "Oh, Kyler," and then like, "Oh no, Kyler, that's not the right way to run."
Yeah, so that was fun. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the Vikings have no depth at the quarterback. They just got Kellen Mond. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Texas A&M quarterback. I guess they also have Sean Mannion, but like,
Yeah, I think he's been on them for a while.
yeah.
Their thing is they have good receivers still. Like Thielen's really good. Jefferson's insane.
Justin Jefferson's just a monster.
Dalvin Cook. Their defense is probably the questionable thing. They're like a weird mix of like players that used to be really good that are old, and then younger players that are still developing. Although they did get the Zadarius
if they had
Smith.
someone like Justin Fields.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Put Justin Fields with the Vikings, then you've got yourself a problem there, coach.
That probably would be a pretty big problem, honestly. But yeah, they did get Zadarius Smith, who's good. The only bad thing with him is his injuries, but we'll see. I mean, the Vikings are going to be good. It'll be fun. And they actually play week 1. It's Vikings Packers. So it'll be a good time. Let's see. We also had the Jets news. Mikael Becton. At first they said, "Oh, it's just nothing," and then they said, "Oh, he like shattered his knee fragments. He's out for the year."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fun.
You know,
How you feel about that, Rob?
I mean,
Yeah.
like, okay, so firstly, kind of bad,
Yeah.
obviously. I feel bad for him. But this has been kind of an ongoing thing with Mekhi Becton. He has had some injury issues since coming into the league, and I don't know exactly whether they're a result of that or not, but then has subsequently had some like keeping the weight in check has been a thing. But then he spent this whole off season working with a bunch of trainers to, reduce his weight and get a little fitter and like recover from his injured knee. Which initially apparently it was recommended that he get surgery on it, and then he got a second opinion, and based on the second opinion, he opted not to have surgery. And
How'd that work out for him?
Well, I mean, apparently when he got to practice, he was like limping on that knee, and they still let him practice anyway. So I don't know. It just seems like a whole big.
Isn't that what took him down last season?
Yeah,
he played one game last season.
Yeah. It was that knee, and the injury last year was originally expected to be like a couple of weeks, or at least that's what they said, and then it was the whole season, and now it seems like it's going to be 2 seasons actually.
He suffered an avulsion fracture of his right kneecap.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that will happen to someone who owes someone else money.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to avulsion fracture somebody. That sounds brutal.
Yeah.
That would make a great band name, though.
Yeah.
That would actually. Yeah.
Now, I want to mention though.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I was mentioning, I have kind of mixed feelings about this. One of the mixed feelings happened to be that the Jets didn't. They I don't know. I guess they believed in Mekhi Becton so much that they decided not to seek another tackle, whether that be in the draft or even free agency, knowing that this might be a concern. And now we're going, I mean, granted it's preseason this time, but now we're doing the same thing that happened with the Elite Dragon last year, where
It's
they
rising,
just went
coach.
into the season.
It's building. Here we go.
They went into the season without fucking having a backup that they could trust. And then it came down to it, and then they had to give up a draft pick for it. Granted, it's preseason, so it's working out, and they're picking up. They're trying to get Dwayne Brown back. who is 36 years old, gave up 7 sacks last year, but he knows the system, so they're trying to get him back on short notice, and it looks like it's probably going to happen.
It's like, all right, he's old. He's not as good as he was. He's very bad. He played terribly last year, but he'll be back.
Yeah, and we'll get him at short notice. Similar to Joe Flacco, really. Instead of exploring backup options, considering this seems like it might have been a fucking issue, but they didn't. And so now we're gonna have a patched together offensive line again.
Hey, do you think this very large man with knee issues might have more knee issues? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like it's weird too because like Becton wasn't with the team like at all. Like he only just showed up to practice and got injured.
Damn.
He was training with this outside group. But I mean, it's a reputable. It's not like he went to some some karate dojo in LA or something, right? Like it was like an actual respectable offensive line team, but
wasn't out
obviously
taking
he was injured.
psychedelics in the Amazonian wilderness.
Right.
I love that on the Jets team page here on NFL.com, there's a side-by-side video feature of related content, and the first one on to the right says, Mekhi Becton expected to be removed from PUP list following physical, and he's like looking off into the distance, like really hopeful and happy. Right next to it, Mekhi Becton expected to miss season with fractured kneecap. And they used the most Pikachu surprise face that they could find of him, and they're just right next to each other on the video feature.
Oh no!
It's like, yeah, football's back, baby. The Jets are already in dire straits of position.
We're in first game form.
Yep.
Yeah.
So end of season.
Another sad injury news. Saints safety Smoke Monday tore his ACL.
Smoke.
So that sucks.
Monday.
Yeah, I remember the draft. We were like, dude, Smoke Monday, and he's gone for the year.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Great career he had.
Yeah.
Speaking of injuries, Bucks already losing 2 starters. I'm pretty happy about that. Ryan Jensen and Mike Evans.
Great.
So that's fun.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
How long's Evans out for?
So the Bucks have officially listed him as day-to-day. So whether or not that means anything going into the preseason, he should have time to recover before week 1. But it's not good because Mike Evans has been a rock for Tom Brady, and I don't want him to lose a step at all in the speed. Cause
and it's like even if they say they're good, they might still be playing with a little pain in there, and they're like,
yeah, it's not good. Losing Ryan Jensen is the bigger of the 2 problem though for the Bucks.
Yeah,
because when he went down, all hell broke loose last season. So we can't afford to have him be down.
Here's something that has been pretty crazy. So if you didn't know, Baker Mayfield is on the Panthers now.
Right?
And apparently,
did we bring that up in a podcast yet?
I don't think we did because it happened like a month or 2 ago. Yeah, right. It was after the last one. Apparently, Baker went 4 for 4 with 4 touchdowns in a goal line session with 4 different receivers. And he is distancing himself from Sam Darnold.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, who would have guessed that? Well,
I mean, that's one of those articles or headlines that they make to, as like a favor for the Panthers organization, because obviously Baker Mayfield's going to start, right?
Yeah.
Like he's going to, he's clearly going to be the one that starts. Like it doesn't matter what they say about this. Oh, it's a competition. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, one of these quarterbacks has played in a AFC championship game or divisional game, whatever, and the other one is Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
So
and one of them was more recently traded for.
Yeah. And like, even though he was like put down, nobody wanted him or whatever, like he's still good. Like it's not like he's just trash or something.
Yeah, no, I mean he won Rookie of the Year. Like he had a really good first season.
Yeah, and he's just playing injured as well a lot of the time.
Yeah, and he's had a
You have
new
a punctured
offensive
lung or something.
Yeah, he also had a new offensive coordinator, a new offensive system literally every season that he's been in the league. Like I don't know, he's kind of primed to either kind of unfortunately have the same kind of trajectory of Sam Darnold of just like never getting the proper support, or going like the Drew Brees route of, you know, being fucked around and then when he gets traded just balling out.
Yeah,
you know,
and it feels
The
like
most
he's almost
underrated quarterback, by the way.
I feel like he's on a vengeance tour at this point, right? Like he's just like, screw the Browns. Like he probably hates the Browns more than we do. And he's just like he just wants to ball out.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I also want to see Matt Ryan beat the Falcons too. I would like to see that.
Oh yeah, that's right, Matt Ryan and the Colts, which honestly, both those teams like pretty decent. Like the Panthers, you got Mayfield and you got Christian McCaffrey. If he can stay healthy, it's the biggest thing.
Don't ever say that name in my presence again.
I think their defense is all right. They got some decent like picks up there, and then over on the Colts, like they have Jonathan Taylor still. They should have been a playoff team if they didn't shit themselves.
Yeah,
no, they should have went to the playoffs, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, I think Matt Ryan will be better than Carson Wentz. Hot take.
Yeah.
I know.
Whoa there, coach. Pull those reins back there, cowboy. Let's not get crazy.
Right behind them, dude, they got Nick Foles. They got Big Dick Nick right behind him.
It's true.
Yes, I mean, that's a team.
I think Matty Ice is going to do fine in Indianapolis. He's got a much better team down there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think that. I mean, I'm happy to see him out of the NFC South because it got kind of boring beating them so badly every single time.
I also think it's funny how half the old Falcons receiving core is just Buccaneers now.
Yeah. Matt Ryan couldn't do that. He couldn't go turn receiver to catch balls from Tom Brady.
Yeah. Also, who's on the Falcons now?
It's a good question.
Who's
the QB?
It's Marcus Mariota.
It's Mariota.
Oh yeah, baby! It's Italian American football.
And then Felipe Franks, the rookie.
Yep.
Oh baby.
That is a bad team. They've got Cordero Patterson.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, look, he had a great year last year.
Yeah.
Cordero Patterson. I mean, they do still have the monster known as Kyle Pitts, but he is about
Drake London first round.
Yep.
So you know what? It's one of those teams where you're like, they're building for the future, you know?
Yeah.
They've got Calvin Ridley as well.
Yeah, although he's not going to stay on the team for whatever the next iteration is.
Probably not.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And then I think the big one is the AFC West is stacked now. But the Broncos, well, yeah, it's even more stacked than what it was.
Yeah.
But the Broncos are apparently dealing with some injuries too. Because I know Tim Patrick got injured for the year.
Oh.
So that sucks.
That is a bummer.
Apparently Cortland Sutton dealing with some shoulder injuries. So I don't know. But they do have Russell Wilson still, and that's probably all you need, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Wilson carried the corpse of the Seahawks for years. So
yeah, so he should be fine, especially because they have a good defense.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders got Devontae Adams. Raiders also still, I don't know. It's just like the Chargers and the Chiefs are so good.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Although, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be tough. Derek Carr is good, and he now has. I mean, Derek Carr's never had a receiver like Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah, that is true.
He's gonna be feeding him the ball, and Derek Carr is very accurate.
That is true. I mean, they did make playoffs as well.
Yeah, that was without Devontae Adams.
Yeah, so I mean, they're a good football team. They got Chandler Jones. Right. He got a bunch of sacks. So I don't know. It's that division, like I said, that's a crazy division. Because then the Chargers got Khalil Mack.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and then they already have Justin Herbert getting even better. So, and then the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Right. But they lost Tyreek Hill. I forgot about that.
Yep. He is now a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many things happened in this offseason.
Because that been a crazy offseason.
It's like we just defrosted Rob. And he's been gone all summer and all
it's been
off-season.
Months since the most important news happened.
Yeah, that's true. It has been months.
Football does this to you. They need a AA league for the off season. You know.
Did you even know that the Bucks got Julio Jones, Rob?
They what? No, I didn't know that actually.
I'm fine with having him backing up Mike Evans. I think there's still some juice in the tank. He didn't do spectacular for Tennessee, but I think that he's a better fit with the Southern style the New England style offense.
Yeah, Tom Brady's a better QB than just
barely. I'm happy to have him.
Mm-hmm. And the Dolphins, apparently Tyreek Hill and Tua have been making some crazy plays in practice from what I've seen on Twitter. So maybe they'll be good. Who knows? It is the Dolphins. If it's on Twitter, it's got to be true.
Yeah, it's got to be true.
I hope they're not good, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like Tyreek Hill.
The Jets are good. Yeah. I mean, beyond that, like that's kind of firstly. But also, I want the Jets to be good.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
We all want the Jets to be good.
We do.
Rob.
Thank you.
It's got to happen, right? It's got to happen at some point.
I mean, look, I'm just saying the news today is a bad omen. It's very Jets-like, but,
Would it make you feel any better, Rob, to know that Zach Wilson's stock has gone way up since the offseason in terms of trading card value?
I was wondering if that's what you meant. Well,
he is, I would say, the third most desirable quarterback to get, other than, honestly, it's actually more Mac Jones than Trevor Lawrence in most cases now.
Yeah.
They are really kind of like 1 and 2, like neck and neck if this were a horse race, but Zach Wilson, firm number 3.
Oh my God.
I'm glad to see that people still have faith in him, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
I just realized something.
Uh-oh.
So the NFC East.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders. You remember who their starting quarterback is?
Is it Wentz?
It is Carson Wentz.
That's right.
I get this feeling that this Commanders football team is the Colts of the NFC East this year. Like, they give that kind of vibe of they're like, okay, we've got some players. We got a defense that can do some stuff. We have a couple offensive guys. And then they feel like they'll look good and be like, dude, Commanders actually looking at. And then they're going to lose to the Jaguars, in humiliating fashion. Then they're going to lose to the Giants. And then they're just going to be 6 or 7 wins.
I could see it.
I don't see them getting 6 wins.
I mean, the only rule is that whoever won the division last year can't win this year. So
that's true. So Cowboys are out.
Yeah, so I think the football team is back in contention.
I do think they're in contention.
Who won who are the last 3 recipients of the NFC East title?
Good question. I don't remember. Cowboys.
It was Cowboys.
No,
Eagles?
Cowboys won last year. Eagles won the previous year?
I think they did. Wait, here we go. It was it was football team.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was Cowboys, football team, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys. Yep.
Yeah. So
it's the one rule. The one rule is that it cannot be the Cowboys. The Cowboys will not win the division.
The last time a team won the NFC East 2 years in a row was the Eagles in 2004. That is insane. Like, that's
Yeah.
actually an insane statistic.
The Cowboys. I mean, they might make a wild card, and good
Yeah.
for them if they do. But yeah, sorry, Cowboys. It's just not your year. You had your chance last year.
If the Commanders win the NFC East this season, I just don't even know what to say anymore.
And they might. It might be the Giants. It's been a while, so you know.
They might be Giants.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the NFC North, we've had Packers, Bears, Vikings, Packers, Vikings, Packers,
Yeah.
Bears, Vikings, Packers.
Yeah, well, you should check the AFC East for the past 20 fucking years.
All right, yeah, let me do that.
All right, let's hear it. Ready?
Okay. All right, here we are.
All right.
AFC East winners. All right, here we go. It was the Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Patriots,
Yeah, that's true. That did happen that
Patriots,
one year.
Jets, Patriots.
Yep. It's
Wow.
it's been a real ride being a Jets fan.
That 2002 one is pretty neat.
Yeah, well, Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
I wish that I could be in the head of like a Jets fan the moment Tom Brady was announced that he was retiring, and then moving subsequently to Tampa.
Oh, I mean, look. Neither of those moments, even the one last year, I did not believe that Tom Brady would retire. I'm standing for. I've said this many times. I will say it again to just reaffirm this. Tom Brady will not retire until they force him off stage with one of those long vaudevillian canes. Like, that's not. He will never. They will need to lock the doors to keep him out of the building.
He's too good to retire. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He gets better.
It is
He does
crazy.
seem to be.
He arguably should have been MVP last year. We said at the end of
Yeah.
last season,
Honestly, he should have been MVP, I think.
with what he had, and if I guarantee if the Bucks had won that game versus the Rams, he would have gotten it.
Probably,
Oh, yeah.
By the way, the Eagles are actually a pretty solid team. They got Jalen Hurts still, but
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew behind him. Go Minshew.
Right.
Which, by the way, his offseason, he lived in like a prison bus and worked out at
Yeah.
a gym.
He is a character.
Give that man a starting job,
He
please.
should have a starting job somewhere.
He really should. They got Miles Sanders, pretty decent running back. They have A.J. Brown now.
All right. Yeah.
Devontae Smith, who was very good.
Yeah.
And then Quez Watkins is their number 3, who had pretty decent stats. I mean, they got a good wide receiver group. They have Dallas Goedert at tight end,
Yeah.
who's pretty good. And then I think their defense is pretty solid. Like, I think the Eagles might be the team to win the NFC East this year.
They could. I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been the most common one, right?
Yeah.
Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it would make sense, and it has to because Cowboys can't win it again.
Yeah, we know what the ironclad locked 100% guaranteed truth is that it will not be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It cannot. It will shatter the world. Or if the Cowboys win the division, then we have determined that this is the year that the apocalypse has
We
come.
have a conundrum on our hands, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
It's the end. It's the first sign of the coming of the end.
It'll be the world's mojo moment.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I didn't get a rant about the Packers yet. Let me rant about the Packers, all right?
Oh, here we go.
So, how have the Packers been doing? I'm glad you asked. So we lost Devontae Adams.
Coach asking himself.
But Aaron Rodgers has been doing psychedelics in the Amazon. All right? First off,
Right.
I think he's in a better place now. Okay?
Well, yeah.
He does that, and he's quote in a
He's
better
the
place.
Amazon. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
the
he's in a
Amazon
better
does seem cooler than Wisconsin.
I mean, he did
Yeah,
come out
true.
of there looking like Nick Cage. So
Jordan Love's still there. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but he's here.
Yeah.
We have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Fantastic running back duo. We still got Alan Lazard. We got Sammy Watkins, former first rounder. Hopefully he can play more than one game. That would be ideal. I mean, his problem's been he's been good, but he's injured. So
Iron helps him play.
Iron helps him play. We have our second round pick, Christian Watson, who is very good, but he hasn't gotten to practice yet because he's been out with an injury. But Romeo Doubs, I'm never going to say his name right until I say his name right. But this dude has apparently been balling out.
Dubs. That's an incredible name if it's pronounced Dubs.
I think it's Dobbs actually, from what I remember. But I like Dubs.
They would be. I mean, they'll call if he's very good. They'll call him Dubs.
Oh yeah, they will. But this dude, 4th rounder, has been like everyone's marking him as the best player of camp so far.
Wow.
Like he's insane. They were showing some practice catches. He was like making insane catches against our starting corners that are like actually good corners. Like he's making one-handers. Aaron Rodgers already was like, yeah, this dude's awesome. So he had like insane speed in college. He was like running 4.2s.
Nice.
So I'm pretty hyped about him. I'm excited for when he gets to like week 4 and gets injured or something. That'll be great. But for now, I'm all aboard the hype train. Romeo Dubs Dobbs. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then we got, Amari Rodgers from last year. He's kind of whatever, but it's all about the Dobbs now. And then we still have Randall Cobb, who's like 80 years old. But who knows? And then Big Bob Tanyan's back. Good old Big Bob. Our offensive line's still amazing. Loving that. That's like one of our strengths constantly. But the big thing, our defense is jacked. This is the best Packer defense I think I've seen since like 2010. Like we're insane. We have Savage and Amos, who's been our safeties for a while. We have Alexander back. We got Stokes, who played in Alexander's place all last year, did a good job. We got Rasul Douglas back, who was insane. We got Rashawn Gary, who's been insane. We drafted Rashawn Gary. Drafted Quay Walker, who's apparently been a solid inside linebacker so far. We got Devondre Campbell, all-pro inside linebacker. You got Preston Smith. All right. Kenny Clark.
He's gonna blow.
Drafted Devontae Wyatt, who's been getting big-time pressure in practice.
Oh, God.
The big thing I'm excited about is we actually have depth now and not just like whatever. So I'm all aboard the hype train. I'm excited, just like I was last year. And then we got blown out week 1, but that's not going to happen this year because we got Sammy Watkins, who balls out week 1 before he gets injured every year. So can't happen. And then honestly, our biggest signing is probably Pat O'Donnell. You might be like, who's Pat O'Donnell?
Sounds like a comedian from the 80s.
He kind of looks like it.
A great Irish bar name.
Yeah.
The former Chicago Bears punter.
Oh, okay.
This man knows how to punt. He was doing it pretty much every drive for the past years. Like, really, the Bears had a game where they punted like 15 times or something.
Yeah.
So far in camp, everyone's been like, wow, this dude's got an amazing leg. His punts are really good. So I'm pumped. And maybe he can actually know how to hold the football or, not have it happen in a divisional round game where you haven't scored any points and then you lose because you're special teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, honestly, I think he's going to be the biggest star is Pat O'Donnell. And then we got the Raider special teams coach who is also very good. So
you heard it here first. The star of the Packers season is going to be their punter.
Yep, you heard it here.
You're aspiring for a Jets-like season, I see.
Yes. Well, I'm aspiring for not losing the divisional round of the playoffs. I'm really either hoping for championship loss, as I usually expect, or greater. Maybe a Super Bowl loss this year.
I would like a playoffs. one playoffs, please.
I'd like one playoffs, please.
Playoffs?
Please. Come on, NFL. I know that you guys are rigging the games. Just get the Jets in there. It's been 10 years. Come on. What is Woody not paid his dues?
Well, one other big thing I want to bring up was Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know if you've seen this, but Jimmy Garoppolo listed as number 4.
Have you heard this? Jimmy Garoppolo? Have you heard this?
Jimmy Garoppolo. Have you heard this one? He's listed at number 4 on the depth chart.
Oh, man, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that is disrespectful. I mean, he literally was just like, yo, can I get traded? And they're like, sure. And then they're just like, you know what? You're number 4, you little bitch. Like,
I don't think the thing is with the depth charts is like the ones before the season don't matter.
Yeah,
like, they really don't.
That's why I was surprised to see the Bucks actually like release the depth chart today at the time of this recording.
Yeah,
I think they're the only team to do so far.
Yeah. So
Their like starting season roster. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was like Mike Tomlin. He had a thing a couple days ago I saw where a reporter was like, "Why is it that you listed Kenny Pickett above this person on the depth chart?" And blah, blah. And he's like, "I listed it because the NFL says I have to give you guys a depth chart. Like
Yep.
that's why I did it." So you know,
Breaking news here: Browns wide receiver and returner Jakeem Grant feared to have torn his Achilles tendon.
oh boy,
that sucks.
So
you hate
Yeah, it's a bummer.
seeing ACLs this early, or at
he
any point
is-
really.
Well, I mean, that's not.
Yeah, it's the Achilles.
This is
Oh.
the Achilles, coach.
Yeah,
The
that's
Achilles is that big
Yeah.
one that's like the back of your
yeah,
leg.
yeah,
down your,
yeah.
like,
I mean, you hate
foot.
tearing stuff.
Yeah, he is not going bowling tonight.
Any kind of tearing. I was just reading what Mekhi Becton's injury is, and it's sounds fucked. Actually, like it's when a small chunk of bone attached to a tendon or ligament gets pulled away from the main part of the bone.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that does
That's-
sound excruciating.
that's
It
rough.
sounds pretty metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, training camp buzz: Aaron Rodgers wants another Super Bowl.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I also Justin, football player wants to win games.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Hold on, I
Yeah.
gotta write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a couple of days ago. The Jets put out a video of our CB Sauce Gardner.
Oh
the
yeah.
sauce.
The sauce.
Mr.
He,
Runway on the runway.
Well, he looked good on the practice field. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah. Well, I'm hopeful for him.
Yeah, I think just looking at some of the other teams. I think some of the other teams haven't changed as much, but they're still good. Like obviously the Bengals are still good.
Yeah.
Ravens are still good. Titans are still good. Although they did lose AJ Brown, but they got another AJ Brown from the draft.
Right. Yeah.
Cardinals with the big Kyler Murray deals. The Rams are still good. Seahawks are bad.
Well, I mean, it's also one of those things too, where it's like we think they are all of these teams, but it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
We never you never know what's going to happen. Last year's strength, like the strength of schedule that you could put together now, isn't necessarily accurate.
Yeah. Some people are like, "Oh, we got the easy schedule," and then by the end of the season, you're like, "Wow, that was a hard schedule."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you never know. Like last year, people probably saw the Bengals, like, could be an easy win there, and then like, oh, never mind, they're a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about the Bengals prospects this year because man, they
Yeah.
are. Joey B's got him looking scary, if you know what I mean.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they are a very good football team.
Yep.
You got,
I mean, I have a concern though with them, which is that he gets hit too much.
yes,
Way
he
too
does.
much. And that's gonna lead to problems. I still have an issue a bit with how they let Josh Allen play, to be honest, because I don't think he's gonna have a long career if he's still, running into people, and Joe Burrow's just getting annihilated every game.
I will say they did sign Lael Collins, who is a former good Cowboy offensive lineman at right tackle. So they are trying to help him.
That is good.
They better get him some help. But yeah, I mean, if they do, the Bengals have that division on lock.
Yeah.
And that's a far cry from just 2 seasons ago.
Oh, they also brought in former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Alex Kappa.
Yep. The cap has gone from Tampa to Cincy. But they've got so many offensive weapons though. The Bengals are scary.
They
mean,
are.
Jamar Chase is only going to get better. He was arguably one of the best rookie wide receivers of all time in his rookie season. They've still got Joe Mixon.
Yep.
They've got what's the oh god it's just slipped my mind. Oh, Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd's super strong. Yeah, I mean that's and they also, I mean they still have a great quarterback. He gets hit a lot, but man, if he gets even like a half extra second in the pocket, like Joe Burrow's going to just sling it out to Chase or whoever that he wants to.
They
Really.
have Joe Mixon still at 1,200 yards.
Yeah, remember when I said they have Joe Mixon?
Oh, I
like 3 seconds ago. Yeah,
well, you mentioned Jamal Williams. I mentioned Jamal. All right, okay.
they got Joe Mixon over here. This is a guy.
The thing that I want to say though, actually, is like, and this might come across similarly as saying a player is underrated, but I think a sleeper in that division, honestly, is the Steelers this year. Which I know it sounds silly because the Steelers are good.
That does sound very silly.
It's because Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. However, this is the first season without Big Ben, right? And they have their new QB,
Mitch Trubisky.
The Trubs.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Tomlin's a great coach. I'd say arguably the second best or third best coach in the league right now.
Yeah, he might work some magic.
Yeah,
they got Trubisky. I mean, they got Najee Harris.
Yeah, they got Najee. They've got Freiermuth.
Yeah,
they got Pickett too. I mean, he might end up starting. Honestly,
Deontay Johnson.
I don't see Kenny Pickett starting over Trubs.
Yeah, apparently it's been not great for Kenny Pickett so far. Like, he's probably still got some time to learn, but I mean, they still have their defense is like top 5 still. So that's big.
And they always seem to manage to find yards in offense through their wide receivers and running game. So
and don't forget, they still have Booger Jr., Anthony McFarland Jr. still on the Steelers.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much a nice little rundown of the teams before the preseason kicks off.
Yeah.
So, Sinvicta, we have power rankings.
We have power rankings, Coach. The first of the actual season, if you want to count the preseason as actual season, here on the channel. Thank you again to Dan Hansis, contributing reporter here to the podcast over at NFL.com, the Bible of the internet. We've got, we did have some moving and shaking, but not a whole lot of Jell-O pudding, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Starting with the top 5, Robert.
Let's go with the Bengals.
Yep, Coach.
Let's go with the Rams.
Yeah. Rob.
The Floridian Pirates.
Could you be more specific?
They're from a sort of an enclosure of water, a body of water. That it's in a tea place, and they.
Could you use it in a sentence?
They say "shiver me timbers" a lot, and they fire cannons, and
I'm not getting it.
They're talking about booty all the time.
Who do you mean, Rob?
I think his name is Sir Mix-a-Lot. I think Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Shit.
Coach.
How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one.
Yeah,
I think.
Rob.
It might have been it. Well, now I'm basically doing 2 in a row. God damn it! All right. The
AFC.
It's the Chiefs.
Oh,
come on,
Coach.
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, and Rob for the dunk. You will never get this one.
Sweet God. All right, well then.
NFC Championship.
NFC Champion. Well, the Packers then. Probably.
Rob.
Oh, right, you lost in the
division. I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that.
But wait, who's in the NFC Championship?
It was indeed the San Francisco 49ers.
That's right.
The 49ers, not the Packers. Top 5 of the power. What a great start to the power rankings this season. Number 1 through 5, we had the Bills at number 1, staying at the number 1 spot. We also had the Rams and the Bucks also staying 2 and 3. The Niners, NFC runner-up championship game runner-ups. The 49ers now in the 4th position, going up 1 spot over the Bengals, who've actually fallen a spot. I don't know how that happened, but There you go. Number 5, rounding out the top 10, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, somehow the Chargers, and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, just completely edging out the Raiders, who fell from 10th to 11th. Now, we go on to, let's start. We have to do this just because it's been the theme of the show and probably going to be the theme of the season. We talked about him before. This is open to both Coach and Rob. The fattest doink. This is the one. Remember, doink is the fallen. This is the one that's fallen the most. Remember. This team has fallen 8 spots, going from the 14th spot all the way down to the 22nd spot. We talked about him a lot. I don't think controversy has to be brought up. Name that team. Either one of you.
Browns.
He's right.
It is indeed the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cleveland Browns have fallen down to the 22nd spot, and I got to read this just because it's just too good. Kareem Hunt. Well, it's out of Cleveland, but that doesn't mean that Kareem Hunt gets out of Cleveland. The Browns denied the running back's trade request and reportedly will fine him for sitting out of team drills during a brief hold-in that began on notice that wasn't lockout, but it's hold-in. That began on Friday and apparently ended on Sunday. Barring something unforeseen, that means the Browns fans will get one more year of Hunt and Chubb, which is like the best rap duo ever, by the way. The best 1-2 punch at running back in the NFL. With Deshaun Watson suspended for the first 6 games of the season, perhaps many more, depending on the outcome of the NFL's appeal. It's hard not to imagine Cleveland as one of football's most run-heavy teams with certified game changer Jacoby Brissett under center. Now, the thinnest dink. This is the team that's risen 5 spots from 18 to 13th. I'll give you a hint. They're in the NFC. Mm-hmm. This team is unremarkable because of one man.
Wait, it's unremarkable because of one man?
I may be personally biased in that statement. Name that team.
Buccaneers.
Coach?
Buccaneers.
I mean, it might be the Buccaneers.
From 18th to 13th.
Buccaneers.
All right, it's the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, okay, fair.
The New Orleans Saints fans had to be thrilled with beat reporter dispatches on Michael Thomas. The former All-Pro saw his career halted for the better part of 2 years by an ankle injury, but he has practiced without any noticeable issues during training camp. New Orleans has wisely paced Thomas's ramp up, whatever, Dan, process in an effort to avoid this kind of setback that completely wiped out his 2021 season. You can't overstate what a vintage version of Thomas could mean for Jameis Winston and the Saints' fortunes in 2022. The pairing of a healthy Thomas with electrifying rookie Chris Olave is a recipe for a major change and major damage in the NFC South. Not my whatever, Dan. All right, now. We go on all the way to the bottom. Robert, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the way to the bottom. Have hope, Rob. Have hope.
Okay, all right.
True or false? The New York Football Jets are ranked below the New York Football Giants on the NFLPowerRankings.com Power Rankings.
Oh. You know, I think I've got my finger on the pulse of the nation. I'm going to say false.
That is correct.
Let's go.
The Jets are indeed rated above the Giants by 1 spot.
Hell yeah!
It is actually updated as of today, Rob. As of like a couple hours ago, Dan updated this. The Jets had hoped the season in which Mekhi Becton would stay healthy and realize his immense potential. Instead, the former first-round 2022's season appears to be over before it even began, with a fractured kneecap likely sidelining him for the year. Back-to-back lost seasons combined with ongoing concerns about work ethic and conditioning make you really wonder what the future holds for the big ticket. I didn't know that was his name. As for the Jets, they have to quickly pivot to fill a massive hole on the right side of their line. Veteran tackle Dwayne Brown, who visited the team over the weekend, is an obvious plug-and-play replacement candidate. The Jets never seem to escape August unscathed, do they? Thank you, Dan.
No,
and finally, Coach, this one ties in with you.
Yeah.
It's a very, very personal one, Coach.
Yeah.
True or false? The Jacksonville Jaguars are ranked below the Chicago Bears.
Oh. I'm gonna say false.
That is correct.
Whoa.
The Jaguars are actually ranked above 2 teams, not just one.
Whoa.
2 teams. Rob, I'll give you bonus points if you can name the other team besides the Chicago Bears that the Jaguars are ranked above. I'll give you a super specific hint. We were talking about them. They are NFC, and they recently lost their franchise longtime quarterback for your boy.
For my well, I mean, I thought it was the Lions, but is it not the Lions?
Is not the Lions.
Oh shit!
Think Italian.
It's the Washington football team. No, that's not. That's Carson Wentz. Where the fuck did he go? Mariota went to the Atlanta Falcons.
He did it. He got there. The Falcons. I didn't mean to injure Rob for the power rankings. The Jacksonville Jaguars are ranked above the Chicago Bears and Atlanta Falcons. The Bears have actually fallen all the way down to the 32nd spot in the power rankings.
I told you, dude,
last.
they'd be bad.
I'd love to hear Dan's take on this one because somehow the Texans are ranked above the Jaguars. The Bears. We'd all like to see Justin Fields take a big leap in year 2, but it's hard to ignore the troubling state of the Bears' wide receiver group. Darnell Mooney is locked in as number 1 option after a 1,000-yard season, but recent injuries to Byron Pringle, his quadricep, and N'Keal Harry, his ankle, have moved this positional group into DEFCON 1 emergency territory. I think it's a little extreme for preseason, Dan, but whatever. It would not be a surprise to see a general manager, Ryan Poles, at a veteran off the street. Fields was not put in a position to succeed as a rookie, and the state of Chicago's roster has us concerned about that 2022 won't be much better. And that's going to do it for the NFL preseason pre-power rankings. I'm not sure what to call them. NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com, Bible the Internet, Dan Hansis, and we're back up to Coach and Rob in the booth for Pick'ems. Rob is still suffering from the brain aneurysm of the Atlanta
all right, well, I think that's probably enough football for this preseason show.
Sean Connery's back.
Sean Connor.
I think he's on the permanent injury list at this point, Rob.
Yeah.
I'd say we're probably not going to do a weekly show here in the preseason.
Are we gonna do like one like before?
Yeah, we have to do our preseason divisional picks.
Right. Yeah.
So we're gonna do. I'd say we'll do a show like a week before the season starts.
Mm.
Oh, we're not doing it. We're not doing. Are we supposed to do it preseason?
Yeah, I think we do 2 of them, right? Like we do
did we?
one. Yeah, I think we do one other. I think that's what we usually do.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
See, we're very professional here.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's start with the AFC
I'm
South.
in preseason form right now.
AFC or no? Let's go. Let's just go right down the list. AFC East,
Right
2
now?
year division winner.
No, we
I don't
can't
want
do
to
it
do
now.
that yet. Yeah, I gotta.
Here we go,
go on
Rob.
the playoff predictor site and stuff. We gotta
Here we
go.
go.
Yeah, we can't
the
do it
whole
now.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Rob.
no, we'll do another.
Nah, we'll do it next week.
Here we go.
Because the thing is, by the time preseason's over, other people are probably gonna get injured, and maybe people are even gonna be like traded and shit,
Yeah.
right? So there should be some more.
All right, Coach.
to talk about.
All right, yeah. See, last year we did a preseason show, and then we did a week before the season start show.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, we'll do a week before the season starts. We will do a show.
Still waiting for those
And
AFC
then
East picks.
That's when we're gonna predict everything because we'll know
Yeah.
the start and the divisions. That's
We're
what we do it.
building the hypes, Invicta. Everyone wants to know: will Rob pick the Jets to win the AFC East?
Yeah,
Find out next week on 3 Guys and a Bear.
yeah,
And sometimes a dog.
and we might have a bear next time.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this podcast. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your animals, all about it. And we will see you in a few weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.